the Mosiah Storm is a night of edutainment, alright?
Yeah.
So, we're here to get the message in a different kind of way. Enough times, especially in the Black conscious community, we're used to coming together and having meetings. Not pure comminka, pure meeting going in the Black conscious community, innit? Yes. It's like this pure comminka in the back there, please. Everyone of those grey hairs popped up in a meeting, brothers and sisters. So you know how many meetings Brother Mink has been in. But this evening, we're doing it differently. I'm using this bag like an idiot. Yeah. This evening, Kingdom, we're doing it differently. And we're going to do it with music, rap, soul, spoken word, reggae, and all manner of conscious, revolutionary word sound. Yeah? So that's how we're doing this evening. In America, they say they abolished slavery in the 1860s. Yeah? Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation and freed the slaves. Yeah? So let's say, right? Promised 40 acres and a mule, we never got the 40 acres and a mule. What we got instead was a period of nearly 100 years of lynching. Which is where African people could be picked up on the streets for any reason whatsoever and killed with no recourse for justice. Yeah? To the tune of at least 3 Africans a week at certain phases of this period were lynched, brothers and sisters. We're talking about into the thousands. Come on. You following me? Yeah. This is also the period during which colonization in the Caribbean was also instituted formally. Yeah? So, around the world, brothers and sisters, African people were in a very degraded state, and in some cases, some historians suggest some of the conditions that we were facing in terms of genocide were even worse than during the slavery era. So, Brother Tony Martin, who I'm going to touch on later on, is a historian who said that the brilliance of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, born on the 17th of Mosiah, 1887, was that when he was born, African people around the world were on a downward spiral, or going on a downward escalator. And what he was able to do, by the time he was born, came on the scene, and by the time he left the scene in 1940, we were on the way back up the escalator. You following me? Yeah. Is everybody with me? Yeah. All right. Give my Yo, Soulman.
As we get ready to come to a close right here at the Chestnut Community Centre, North London, where we've just enjoyed the Mosiah Storm 2015. Here I am, Dormutiv and Unc with the young brother. We often do a radio program together on a Saturday morning on Supreme Radio. We also very much enjoy kicking out that information and knowledge to you all, and watching this young brother progress over the years. It's great to see him put on a successful event like the A.R.M.Y X Storm event, and also as well the A.R.M.Y Mosiah Storm, which we have just had the pleasure of witnessing. I also want to wish him a massive happy Earth Strong, yeah. As we say, Tendai Mari around there, and also on the Master, by to the Divining, my brother, the Divinity, my brother. How you doing?
I can't complain.
ShakaRa. This time last year we interviewed you. Mosiah Storm was in Brixton.
Yes. That was this time a few months ago, in February.
Yeah. Was it a few months ago? Yeah.
Last year.
Was it last year? Time. Time flies still. And you was feeling very emotional then. Yeah. How are you feeling right about now? Because it was a great event, you know what I mean? Tremendous vibration, tremendous energy. Yeah. And I think one of the things everybody will take away from this one is they have been thoroughly energized, or should we say energized, or energized, or re-energized. Yeah. How are you feeling after the event? It's over now.
Yeah, a lot. Still, give thanks to the people then. Obviously, through certain challenges, we had a shorter promotion time than normal, do you know what I'm saying? And really and truly, it was a blessing to see the number of people that came out, given that, and it goes to show that the event has a name and it has a reputation that is a good one. And so people came out on short notice
to experience it. Over the last few years, my experience with Mosiah Storm has taught me a lot in terms of the value of the event, and I think that's probably the lesson for this time, if that makes sense. Because a couple years ago we had a short promotion and we didn't get a massive turnout, but the energy of the performance was big. Like Raspect was that's the first Mosiah Storm that Raspect did. And he said it was like, if there was 50 people in the place, it felt like it was 2,000. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. But this time, a short promotion again, but good. The room was full up, you know what I'm saying? And there were so many memorable moments on the platform. You know, I mean, Akintunde, like, yo, the man, yeah.
You know, it was a memorable moment for me, bruv, and I'm going to big you up.
Yeah.
I think your introduction of shortMAN and with shortMAN was the greatest introduction of any artist. I mean, I see you introduce him down at Poetry Meets Art. That's where we was, down at Kings and High Road there. Can't remember the joint there, but it will come back. Passing Cloud, that's it. Out here in the background. Yeah. But yeah, that was memorable. I thought that was a great intro you gave there.
shortMAN is worthy of them kind of intro there, and I think he's one of my favorite people to introduce. He's just got an energy and a vibe that he brings that energy and a vibe in me. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever we kind of get on that vibe, it's electric.
It's like atoms, isn't it?
Yeah, serious. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of have that vibration. So it's a blessing to share that with him. He's one of my big brothers in spoken word, and it's a pleasure to have him, to host him on this as well. You know, he really wanted to do this event as well. So I give thanks for his energy and him being there. It's when I'm able to put the people them that have inspired me on, as well as the youngers that are coming up under me, like, it's a serious thing. Like, that's what's beautiful for me right here. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, I'm sure a million people have mentioned Raspect already, but you know, it's special, like, when we're able to premiere that video and to this audience, that tune means so much to this audience, and the response from just the video, you would have thought he was performing. You know what I'm saying? That tune right there. So we give thanks, man. You know what I mean?
I would give you I'm not even gonna say advice. Yeah. I'll give you a tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a lot of trials and tribulations getting this one together this year, right?
Trust me. Oh, holy, even down to today. But yeah.
Start the planning from now.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It wasn't even for want of planning, you know. You know, when all the plannings were going very well, and then there was one mishap in the road that kind of threw everything off the course. But it was. Like I said, it's teachable moments. Do you know what I'm saying? It's teachable moments. So we are learning, and definitely next year, like, it's gonna be our next thing. You know what I'm saying? And I can't close. I mean, I gotta big up all the artists them, because I mean, everyone had their challenges. But I want to big up my brother Souljah MC as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he did a brilliant performance, and I think his performances are heartfelt. At Mosiah Storm, so yeah, man, we give time.
Yeah, it was a good performance.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, he had trouble with the microphone, and he just handled it like a veteran. Still, you know what I'm saying to you? It was really good. shortMAN was very good as always. JJ Soulx,
yeah, man,
and
JJ Soulx is magical. And you see, EyesisStar, yeah, that sister's flow is next level. Like, she flows like water. Serious. It's very, but it's deceptive. You know, like water has its polarity in the sense of it's nice and easy. Like
I would say it has solid liquid and gas.
Yeah, well, yeah, but what I meant was in terms of the ocean, yeah, like in terms of, you know, when it's calm and when it's roaring, yeah, because she's got such a calm energy. But the lyrics are so razor sharp, and the flow kind of comes at you. I love that little polarity there. She kind of manifests the duality of that dynamic so very well, and it's an excellent. And you know, JJ Soulx is the favorite around here. So
yeah, man. So Sister's heavy.
Yeah, man. You know. So yeah, we had a good night.
Booker T. Washington, famous for building the Tuskegee Institute, in the United States of America. The Tuskegee Institute was an educational institution, and the students of the Tuskegee Institute built the building that they were schooled in. Yeah? But they didn't only build the building, they made the bricks that built the building. Come on. What did I hear me say? Yeah. They didn't just build building. They made the bricks that built the building. And I'm saying building like it was just one. Actually, they built hundreds of schools across the United States of America. You following me? And so that became inspiration for Marcus Mosiah Garvey in terms of his reading out from slavery. Yeah? Studying the conditions in America. All right.
Next year, 10 years. It's a big thing, brother. It's a big one. So hopefully we can have the right platform to honor Mosiah and keep the thing.
I can guarantee it.
Growing and keep the thing moving up there, because that's what it's doing at this present time.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
My head's in next year already. My head's been in next year even from before this one. Yeah, and so it's gonna be mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be bringing a certain types of artists together who have been on there over the years, and a few new ones as well. It will be a much bigger event. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But most importantly, certain works will have taken place between now and next year to allow that manifestation to come, if that makes sense. No,
that'd be great.
You know,
it'll be a great thing is if we can take the thing hit in London and take it to country as well, like Birmingham or
it's been called for. It's been called for.
Yeah, that'd be a great thing.
These events take a lot to organize, so I don't know how, we'll see how that works. But we definitely do want to do more things out of London, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it'll be a Mosiah Storm like this or whatever, because Mosiah Storms they're not sinful.
No, it's not, but you know what? I think a road trip is good for all of us because
right, see, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Because we have discussed tour. Yeah. So that might
feeling a road trip.
Yeah, that might come go on. But what will be happening over the next few events is that we're gonna have artists from out of London on the bill. Yeah, so shout out Manchester. I'm not going to say no specifics, but shout out the Manchester family, shout out the Nottingham family, shout out the Birmingham family, because they're going to be on the bill, you know what I'm saying? So,
and the vision still is to take this thing worldwide. It's not just a London thing or a UK thing. No. Yeah, this conscious thing is, because let's be real here. I mean, the youths in we had Gallon here and he was explaining the youths in the States and in Jamaica and in Africa, we're all going through the same struggle right now, really and truly. It's just different climates and different countries, but governments are not really too different, to be honest. You know what I mean? How they're treating the youth, them, what's going on out here at this present time, you know? So it'd be good for us to be able, I think Akatunde said it, to reach as many people as possible.
Well, we say Nat Nye, give thanks to the creator. And it's a thing where the reason why Mosiah Storm exists, like I said, it was never intended to just be a Black Power talent show. You know what I'm saying? The conscious community's got talent. Like, if it was just that, there would be no point. But as Malcolm X says, history is best qualified to reward our research. So we've studied the science of movement and organization and arts, the role of art in that movement and that organization. So if we're talking about Marcus Mosiah Garvey, there would be no Harlem Renaissance, music, art, a jazz music explosion if it wasn't for Papa Garvey and the UNIA. If we're talking about the Black Power movement, all the organizations that were around at the time, and in particular A.R.M.Y, Malcolm X, the Black Panther Party and so on and so forth, inspired a black arts revolution, you know what I'm saying, among the people. And if we're talking about hip-hop, we have to big up Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam and the entire Afrocentric movement. You know what I'm saying, that was spearheaded by a lot of the scholars like Francis Cress Welsing and Mama Marimba Annie, Dr. John Henrik Clark, Sheikh Anta Diop, Baba Yusuf Ben Yochanan,
Baba Dr. Malachi Z. York, because Africa Bambaataa and them came through him as well. Jay-Z as well attended these classes.
Also, even people like Maulana Karenga, the founder of Kwanzaa, just what I'm saying. So, and you're correct to say Malachi York in terms of that right knowledge. Everyone was saying right knowledge at one point, you know what I'm saying? You know, but it's a serious thing. So I'm saying we've studied that science, and so when we say take it worldwide, it's not even a joke, but in the sense of this is not just a conscious music platform. This is a conscious movement platform, a revolutionary movement platform. So the music is a reflection of the art, and that is the music is a reflection of the movement. That is what I meant to say, and that is what we're trying to build. It's about having a complementary reality in terms of movements that raise consciousness of artists and artists that raise consciousness of people. You know what I'm saying? And give the movement, because art allows us to experience things on multidimensional levels. We in the being and the becoming of something, in the sense of we're not a free people yet, but when we express that artistically, we experience freedom in the expression of freedom of art. You see what I'm saying? And so because of that, we're getting more and more of a feeling of what that means, where we're going. You understand what I'm saying? Like, as ShakaRa said, she can tell you more about what it means to not be free than to be free, because we've never been free. But when we put on these shows and we put on these plays and we write this poetry and we perform it, we experience a little bit of that. You see what I'm saying? And we become it in our works in between those shows and so on and so forth. And that's what it is, spiritually speaking. That's the vibration and the energy that we put out there. And so that's what the purpose of a Mosiah Storm. And it's never going to just be an annual event. We have to do things in between it to make it grow stronger. Big up Best Kept Secret. That's my foundation as an artist, and we're going to be coming back as well.
I'm a spoken word activist on the way back from a place called Self-Doubt. A raw fire, pull trigger, never been a nigga trying to refigure what this is really all about. This word, the bespoke thing, ain't no joke thing, as utterances remain irritated and provoked in the sense of duty and responsibility they be soaked in. Saturated and left to marinate for days, being blessed with a mission beginning way beyond conscious decision. For as long as my eyes have vision, my tongue will have something to say. The mind stays continuously ablaze as a praise with a phrase to grace and bless a page, though sometimes the ink from my pen doesn't flow so easily. And often quiet as it's kept secretly, I'm overswept and consumed by fresh concepts that come to me and charge me with a duty to project, but there's a bottleneck effect between my spirit and my neck, just waiting for my soul to spill from me. Waiting for these chords to vocalize what these eyes visualize. And it's to my infinite surprise I often pursue with great difficulty what actually comes most naturally to me. See, this is what I do when inspiration is fertilized by conviction and nurtured by experience. Conceiving concepts of revolutionary prospects, pregnancy can often be a very difficult process, and frequently I'll be feeling way past due. Ain't nothing like the need to give birth to a verse, especially when you be constantly pregnant with them. Learning to be patient with my nurturing process, ensuring the bringing forth of the fully formed original as opposed to the substandard version. Perfection is a heavy load as experience carries a burden that can only be released with the unleashing of these words. Tongue be the trigger, let the nozzle be my mouth. What good is the poet if you can't get the words out? Raw fire, pull trigger, never been a nigga trying to refigure what this is really all about. I walk with my ancestors. So I'm continuously carrying messages. Messages meant to be proclaimed unto a people deafened to a prophecy they themselves are to fulfill. The chosen vehicle is this art form, as ancient as my people, and with such heavy laden words, responsibility I must take, so I cannot afford the luxury of arts for art's sake. Can't afford to pimp the platform and the prostitution of myself. Spitting lines purely for the purpose of handicaps and high scores. Any sorry ass excuse for me to exercise my jaws before admiring audiences who adore with applause. There really ain't no substitute for purposeful utterances.
Come on.
Selective are these slam points. Imperative is you getting the point, and if it means anything at all, it is still required that the poet seeks to be a living manifestation of every word that he speaks. Every word from my mouth and meditation from my mind, straight from the school of the poet man, I stay true after rhyme. Can't afford to be caught slipping, performing acts in life contrary to what you proclaimed on stage, while from the sidelines, watchful eyes gaze, awaiting the slightest weakness to exploit in order to justify some unknown grudge. I stay purposefully fixed until I allow these watchers to become my distraction. Can't be immobilized as a wordsmith of action, for immediate recognition is only a fraction of what this mission entails. It's essential to remain eternally focused. Approach all situations with love, minus stupidity. Guard against those who simply want to take liberties. Walk with the pride and the nobility of a king and ensure you make of yourself one worthy to compliment a queen. For a king is only a king if he can treat a queen like a queen. Only a king if he can make a queen feel like a queen. And so depending on the scene, you're evicted from high esteem for the wrong mistake with the wrong queen seems to mean you're not a king anymore. She will look at you as if you're invisible, opaque, as if your connection was nothing to lose and the loss of it there was nothing at stake. The truth is even kings make mistakes, but the truth is there's certain mistakes you should never make. And for mistakes, the time you spend to make amends and then begin to rise again, but never make the mistake of making yourself accountable to those who prefer persecution over correction, who curse the shortfalls of others by demanding that you wallow in their own imperfections. Making of myself a master in the art of resurrection. Say self-seeking shall set salvation, sailing for words that speak need to be spoken by a soul sincere enough to carry them. I am the soul seeking self. Went forward in order to fetch it, returned and etched it deep into my mental so I could never forget it. Unblocking the blockages, constipating my flow, finding balance between nature and creative genius. Nurtured by conviction, fertilized by conviction and nurtured by experience, manifested in word and behavior, naturally giving birth is the reward for my labor, doing what I do just to be who I be, and who I be is a spiritual entity, a righteous revolutionary proclivities and African exclusivity from the word sound to the bedroom. No apology for this wartime brew of poetry. Every syllable is a libation for that first African who was first kidnapped and who was first fought back. I turn upon African who forever stays black. Declaring freedom lyrics in Nzinga Destiny's spirit. Ya Asantara is my grandmother is dread. I'm Nat Turner on a plantation and I came to take heads. Who cares if this black thing is not the in thing? Who's the fool who claims enlightenment in making oppression fashionable? Ain't nothing saying about having become well adjusted to insanity. Insanity becoming normality is nothing more than more insanity. So I continue to exhibit this extreme, unadulterated Africanity. Step to the platform, go way beyond perform. No need to conform, because when I'm on form, I'm way past norm. The ever-present thorn to the devil's sworn to reborn the world when in the storm, ever sworn and reborn of an Ackerman horn. Blacker than the hour before dawn to the depth I'm drawn. So are you afraid of the dark? Or do you prefer the artificial light? Dark is conception's womb, in rebirth is a cocoon. Have a little light in eye, going to make it shine. I'll kibble and shine. If for no other reason than the fact that it's time, bright with the intensity of red, black, green, prophetic brilliance.
We were talking about at Tariq Nasheed's event when he come here, where we interviewed Dr. Les, and he was saying we should really give respect to those of us who have taken the time out to be students of African history, ancient African history, ancient African mysteries, because everybody passes through London. And London is one of the global cities, if not the preeminent global city in the world right now in terms of economics. Yeah,
man. Serious thing, and I think it's more just about galvanizing all of that energy that you've learned. I think about my own life. I've met Baba John Henry Clark. I've met Baba Yusuf Benyakannon. You know what I'm saying? I've met Mama Marimba, and you know a lot of these great people. You know what I'm saying, that have come through these shores. You know what I'm saying, and. We've been able to feed off the wellspring of their knowledge and their information, and we're trying to manifest it differently now. But at the same time, I fed off Robin Walker, and you know what I'm saying, and Elder Cecil Gutsmore, and you know what I mean. Them people there that even Sister Esther Stanford and others, you know what I'm saying, who are teachers over here, who are brilliant.
Les Henry.
brilliant. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Brilliant brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm the son of a father. You know what I'm saying? I have to look at my father because Brother Leader Bandaka is I foundation and prime principal teacher. So in the sense of we've had all of that, and now it's just about reinterpreting that for my generation and ensuring that the ones that are coming under me reinterpret it for their generation and creating permanent structures to be able to recycle that consciousness and manifest it differently.
And also to make the world know that, hey, African in the UK, we have a presence as well, and we're putting in that work as well.
Yeah, man. But when we do that, there's an economic side to it, there's a spiritual side to it, there's a philosophical side to it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many sides to it, and so it's about basically being able to develop the infrastructure that we have an independent voice, not one that is sanctioned by the powers that be or defined by them. Just what I'm saying. And the best way to manifest what you're talking about in terms of having that UK, Africans in the UK platform is for us to really own and control it and have that Garvey principle at its foundation from the inception. And again, this is why we've got gotKush, you know what I mean? Because this is definitely shining a lot of lights on a lot of things that is needed to, because when you're an activist, sometimes not every activist is good at promotion, and we live in a world where it's the information age. You got to promote. You see what I'm saying? Like, and the thing about the system is that they have everything sinks in. Mama Marimba Annie says every aspect of white supremacy works in the interest of white supremacy. So you ain't got to be good at promotion. If the system deems it necessary to promote you, they'll promote you. Yeah, and the person that's running the promotion is not the person that's on the ground doing whatever. Just what I'm saying. Whatever it is, and so they fuel the ideas and chain the consciousness of the people in such a way that when that person comes to the forefront, they know how to respond. They've been trained how to respond, and that's what takes place. And so the only way to combat that is to have something that comes from our own perspective, that speaks to our own needs, and that is sanctioned by us and endorsed by us. So all I can say to that is, don't make gotKush have to struggle for the support of the community. Just what I'm saying. We have to do gotKush is serving the community, yeah, tirelessly, and I see the work. Just what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a thing for the community to support gotKush when gotKush is doing so much to profile so much good work that is happening in our community. You know what I mean? And one of the things that happens is that we don't know how to respond to things because we don't have our own media to put our own voice out there.
We do now.
Exactly. Just what I'm saying. We live in the information age. So we need means of mastering information and putting information out there so that when Babylon say, this, we can say, nah, this. You see what I'm saying? In relation to putting things in context and having an impact upon our people, that their agenda is not the defining agenda in terms of what affects the black community.
Well said as always, my young brother. Yes. Yeah, I know I won't see you tomorrow morning for the program, but
why?
It's all right, you know. Yeah, they said, "Grandmommy, are you on things? You have the mitochondria DNA. We're not arguing with that. See, divine feminine. All right then. Yeah, but I'd like to wish and bless up my brother for big strong. Thank you very much. We could talk forever.
Garvey lives, Mosiah lives.
Garvey lives, Mosiah lives. This was the 9th Mosiah Storm. The 10th one's going to be bigger and better, and we're going to look to take it around the country as well and to see if you can help us make that happen. You are with gotKushTV, the UK's #1 conscious platform. Pleasure being with my young brother ShakaRa. I'm Dormutive and Unk. We'll be back on the next one. We out. Black Fist, Black Power, Black Fist, Black Foundation. Peace.
Yes, indeed, kings and queens, it's the rebel soul. Garvey lives, Mosiah lives. I is ShakaRa saying, you ain't got nothing if you ain't got Kush. Army representing Black Fist, Black Power. Round here we say 10 damn warrior.
There was empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later we'll all see who the prophet is.